Hello, viewers. Once again, welcome to Japa Investment Opportunities. My name is Niyemrele, and it's such a great pleasure to have you watching this video. And I hope you've been following the series before now. In my last video, I actually tried to emphasize four things that ought to be in your personal wealth portfolio. And in the last video, I spoke about mortgage. But in this particular edition, I want to speak about life insurance provision. You remember that I mentioned four things that ought to be in your personal wealth portfolio. And what are the four things? Once again, just to kind of juggle our memory, they are: number one, acquiring your own property; number two, capital investment portfolio; number three, making sure you have a very wonderful pension investment scheme in place; and number four is actually the life insurance provision. And in this edition, I'm going to be speaking about life insurance provision because it's part of your financial planning. And why do you need life insurance provision? Generally, in this new environment where you are, is just one way of preparing for unforeseen circumstances, things that can actually mess up your financial plans. And what is life insurance exactly? It's actually policies that you put in place against unforeseen circumstances like death or ill health or being diagnosed with any critical illness condition. So there are policies that are actually there outside in the market within the financial services industry and sector that you can put in place to mitigate against these risks. So what are the risks that you're actually mitigating against? What are you protecting? Why the life insurance? So the risk that you are protecting is, number one, you want to protect your family, and you want to protect yourself as well. You want to protect your health, and of course you want to protect yourself against anything that can lead to maybe ill health on a prolonged time basis, whereby you are not able to carry out your work. And if you're not able to do that, for example, if you are working for an employer, if you're not able to do your work, after a period of time they will stop paying you. Or even if you're working for yourself, if the moment you cannot carry out your occupation, then what happens is that there will be no income. So what are the things that you need to be looking for? Then the three things that you need to protect: you protect your life against death to start with, and then of course against any unforeseen circumstances of being diagnosed with any critical illness or condition, and of course you protect yourself against ill health on prolonged term basis. So what do you need in order to do all these things? So you need policies, life insurance policies that will basically be put in place that will pay a lump sum amount of money to your survivors. In other words, it will pay a lump sum amount of money to your survivor if for any reason one is no longer here as a result of that. So the family are not under the weight of financial pressure. There is something that you have left behind. It's a legacy. It's like leaving something behind. Just in case anything happened to me, I don't want my family to suffer. I'm going to put a policy in place that will pay a lump sum amount of money. And what you do is you put a policy in place and then you pay regular premiums. In other words, every month, certain amount of money. And if anything happens within that period of time, we're not praying for that, but it does happen. If anything happens, that policy pays a huge amount of money or a certain amount of money, whatever you are covered for, to your survivors, and they have the privilege of taking that amount of money, invest in it, and be able to kind of use to cater for your financial dependents, your wife, your children, or whoever. So we have that. And what about if someone, even you yourself, you're diagnosed with any critical illness condition? If you have a policy, that covers you against any critical illness condition, that policy pays out a lump sum amount of money onto you. And guess what? In these days and age, because of medical advancement, people don't have to actually lose their life as a result of being diagnosed with a critical illness condition. People survive many things, even including cancer nowadays. But if you have a policy in place, that policy pays huge amount of money to you, and then you can use that money in order to cater for yourself. And what about income protection as well? Income protection is if you are not able to do your work, and as a result of not being able to work, there is no income, The income protection policy will be a replacement policy that will begin to pay you something similar to your salary over a period of time, maybe until you return to work, until or until you retire, or until the person is no longer here, whichever one is first. So what happens is, with life insurance provision, therefore, it kind of take away the risk in your estate and your financial plans. It takes away the risk of unforeseen circumstances, whether it's life, whether it's being diagnosed with critical illness condition, or actually not being able to work. It may not be critical illness, but you are just sick and you cannot work, and it's on a prolonged term basis. There will be something that will replace your income. So those areas are very crucial, because if they are not in place, if any of those unforeseen circumstances do occur, it will put a lot of financial burden and pressure on yourself or on your dependent. And that's why you need life insurance provision in this new environment that you are in. Until I see you in my next video, I want to challenge you once again. Make sure you keep doing the right things and do things in the right way. I want to wish you once again best wishes and successful journey on your investment journey. God bless you.